These are the timpani, or the kettle drums. And these ones I have in front of me this morning are a little bit different to the ones you find in a modern orchestra. Because we're playing Beethoven this morning, it's a bit of an earlier classical piece of music. These drums are a replica of what would have been around at that time that Beethoven was writing his music. So the main difference is the modern timpani are tuned by a foot pedal that you can tune to any note instantly. This is a little bit more difficult. It's on a crank handle. And the skins are calf skin as well, which is also what was used back then. Modern day, you find a lot of plastic heads as well. I did have someone ask me after a concert once, why do I always bend down to sniff my drums? Well, that's not exactly what I was doing, but because it's animal skin, it's quite susceptible to the weather and the humidity, so it's always changing pitch. So throughout the whole concert, I have to be always checking that I'm at the right pitch and making an adjustment. So I've always got my head down, checking with my ear. So. Emotions. Well, it's often quite dependent on what music we're playing as well. If there's a particular emotion that evokes, that might kind of set the mood for everyone. I used to feel, I guess, a bit of nerves when I was a student coming through, but you do kind of get over the nerves as you progress, and the more I perform, the less I get nervous, and now it's just part of the job now. So definitely, to get over nerves, the advice would be just keep performing in front of people and get used to it. Well, these drums take quite a lot of maintenance before and after a concert, so I'm usually at the drums quite early, tuning them up and doing things, getting myself ready. So I guess my ritual is just to go through maybe even a checklist of all the things I need to get ready before the show, all my sticks out for me in particular. So yeah, just going through in my head all the things that I have to do as part of the show. Preparing for a performance, well, I guess the most obvious thing would be first you have to practice your individual part, practice any difficult passages you might find, and that's probably only about 20% of the work, and after that about 80% of the rest is finding out what everyone else does in their parts. So quite often I use the orchestral score, the conductor's score, to go through and look how my part matches up with everyone else's, and that's kind of the most important part about playing in an orchestra, I think, is the dialogue between everyone else.